Again, this is Joey Marzelli, co-founder, sales lead at Boomtown. And yeah, thank you all very much for joining. Really excited to go over some of the new features and applications on point, and then go over some questions at the end. I put everybody on mute, so feel free to chat in your questions as we continue through the seminar. At the end, again, we'll have more of an open forum to answer most of the questions then and there. If you have any problems seeing the screen, of course, just send over a chat. We can see if we can help out. I'll also send over this deck that I'm going to go over with you guys at the end. Make sure I do get your email. Feel free to email Joey at GoBoomtown. I'll have that available for you on the last slide, as well as you can chat me your email, and I'll make sure that you are attached to the distribution list. But really excited to go through what's been going on in the point world. This is definitely the most exciting part of the year for sales. It's right before the holidays. People are starting to look at the POS systems, different terminals that they can be using going into the busy holiday season. And managing sales teams before, I always saw an influx in sales. And we do at Boomtown with our partners as well, see a huge influx between September, October, and November. This is actually probably our busiest time, and where we see the most new sales come in from our partners. So during this training, during the seminar, if you ever need if you guys ever need a software training, or your team ever needs an operational training, that's fine. Just email me. Very happy to do that separately. These seminars are very much focused around, again, what's new, what the updates are. And today I really wanted to kind of start with actually going through sales tips and strategies. We've been in the market now for 7 months in selling point, and we have a lot of great resellers. And I really want to share with you what's worked. I've been going on a lot of interviews and meeting with a lot of the ISOs in person, a lot of the reseller banks, and definitely took a lot of great tips from them. But I wanted to kind of highlight what those were and really start today with going over the sales strategies that we have. Excuse me. So one thing that I've learned in sales, altogether in just kind of even my short career, is that you always have to, for the merchant, make things simple. It's just simplicity. It's not overwhelming them with too many facts, overwhelming them with too many ideas. It's giving them the idea that you're helping them to go from a flip phone to an iPhone, right? That's kind of a example I use a lot when training sales reps on how to sell point. I've seen a lot of the ISOs recently overwhelm the merchant with a lot of POS features, or just so much they're trying to sell in one single sale. It just makes the merchant confused, because all they really wanted was a credit card terminal, right? And you have the ability to say, hey, I can get you from a credit card terminal to a smart credit card terminal. It's going to be EMV. It's going to have Apple Pay, Android Pay. It's going to have really straightforward, simple solutions, which are going to be way more beneficial than the regular credit card terminal that you have right now. That's really how I've seen a lot of the successful salespeople in the field today sell point, is that they're actually trying to sell terminal merchants first, and then they move upstream if it's more of an MPOS player, a larger player that does have a QSR environment. They do have a behind the counter type service. There is the eThor solution, which is also makes it compatible with Aloha, Micros, and Dinerware. But you have a point terminal that can stand alone and work really well, again, with those smaller merchants, right? So you don't really need to go beyond that. You don't need to confuse the merchant. And I've heard many different things, right? And I'm sure that if you work on the operations side or support side, it kind of gets frustrating, because you have salespeople out in the field who've told the merchant almost too much, or who are trying to do too much with a simple credit card terminal. And again, I really want to focus on the simplicity of what you can do today, in actually making sure that your target audience, when you're sending out email campaigns, you have the ability to really get ahead of the market and show them that the first smart terminal is available. The first smart terminal is available, and you have the advantage as the resellers to basically go out there and own the market. I can tell you right now, there's only one large acquiring bank selling the point terminal. There'll probably be more soon. And then there's our reseller channel. And our reseller channel is made up of actual ISO resellers that can go out there and have a huge footprint in their local areas. And I'll tell you right now, we have a good bunch of them, but you really, again, have probably a 6-month head start. And I'd say for the next year, you still are on the forefront of smart terminals. There are other smart terminals on the way, but you can't get a hold of them, right? And so being in Silicon Valley, working in the development world, I never get excited about anything until I can hold it, until I can actually touch it and actually work with it. If you're not able to use it today, I would never sell it, because I can never rely on a developer. I can never rely on an engineer. The thing about Point is you can hold it today. You can sell it today. It's a great solution, and we're selling hundreds of them a month, and merchants are absolutely loving the experience. Now, if you look at this comparison right here, I think this is really important, right? Again, you're not, because it goes back to the simplicity piece. You're not selling much, it can do the same thing that the terminal on the right can do, but you have the ability to do so much more. And it's just giving them the idea of what it can do, right? It's you can take the EMV, the NFC, you can take the Apple Pay, Android Pay features that you weren't able to take with your credit card terminal. And then there are some, really nice features that go along with that, right? There's some really nice features that you don't need to overwhelm the merchant with, but it's mobile, it's secure. There is a menu app if you want to do some menu items on your point device. So really, what that does for you is if you start here and you start working on terminal merchants, I think over time you'll become pretty natural at helping yourself move upstream. And moving upstream is where you'll start going into Clover. Or you'll start going against Square. Carbon. Carbon's going to be one of the smart terminals that comes out. And what I can tell you about Carbon and actually holding it is it's extremely robust. But it's big. And merchants are going to want to pay for all that hardware. I'm telling you right now, local merchants are going to have a hard time paying for all that hardware. So unless they do some crazy integrations with other software companies, they're going to have an extremely hard time. What I can tell you about Square is that Square by itself, a little dongle, can do mobile payments, but it's nice that they don't have the monthly fees, but I'm sure that you can get your fees down to be really, obviously, satisfactory for that merchant, considering they don't have to rely on a flat fee, especially with their large transactional charges. Or if you actually have a Clover device, there are some pretty heavy monthly fees. Square Register, which is I'd say about $1,200. Sorry, I think I just have to mute them real fast. About $1,200. Sorry about that. $1,200 in hardware for Square, right? So what's pretty interesting about that is that in that world, that's a lot of hardware that the merchant has to invest in to make it operational. Point is an all-in-one terminal. It's an all-in-one solution, right? You're selling the printer embedded, the barcode scanners, everything's included in that. And again, the reason I wanted to go over this today is that we just had such a hard time with a lot of our merchants and a lot of our ISOs and resellers in making sure that they've been able to sell this terminal and this device. And we want to keep it simple. We want to show you that you are ahead of the market. You do have competitors out there today. Some of them are not nearly as close. There's Clover Flex. I'll tell you right now, it is not as pretty a device as Point is. There are some coming, but you guys should be taking the lead and getting out there. So with that, I hate to, being a salesperson, I hate to tell people to go sell and not actually, reward them for it or compensate them for it. I've had many sales directors in my life, people above me who just say, sell, sell, sell. And, that doesn't make me happy unless I'm actually getting compensated. So, being as one of your, referred partners and being as one of your, I'd say, being on the forefront with you in kind of the sales world of Point, we want to be giving out some contests in the next few months. So on December 1st, we'll do an accumulation of basically terminal ID fit sales by sales rep. And I'm going to go over some rules next. And these are 3 prizes that we're going to give away. So in the third place, we're going to give out a gift certificate to one of your favorite hotspots in your local area. We'll do a Sonos pair for $400 value. These are some mobile speakers that work off Bluetooth. They are extremely loud, extremely fun. If you have a barbecue or if you do have your kind of outdoor patio, definitely you go into the park. These are the new hot thing I've seen here in San Francisco, at least. And then the first place will be flight credit, $600 of any U.S. airline that you like. So you can finally take that trip that you've been hoping to jump on. And, really just anything we can do to show you that we do appreciate the hard work and we are here to help you guys and make this a good experience in selling Point. Some rules, regulations. I'll be sending out the details in the monthly newsletter that is starting this month. And then this will be an opt-in program. We will be working with the sales directors on this. And basically, it's pretty simple. They're just going to have another action item of when they submit or board a Point merchant. So just make sure that we're tracking all the sales reps. And again, it is per TID, not MID. And the merchant has to be active. So it's not going to include demo terminals. It has to be an active merchant that basically your organization is being charged the TID fee for. So we'll go in more of that. Again, look for the monthly newsletter. If you haven't given me your email, please do reach out and email me so you can be part of that. I think that the monthly newsletter we have coming out is going to be really fun for you guys. Again, it's going to be complete feature updates, application updates, everything that you need really to just keep on top of what's happening in the Point world and obviously be stellar at your sales. AppCogent, I think this is pretty cool. They have built 4 applications for Point. This is a software company here in Silicon Valley. Three of the applications are available today. I believe one is in beta. So if you get we're going to do an overview of the three that are available today. Order Anywhere will be, I'm not necessarily sure. Again, in the development world, when someone tells me it's going to be ready, I always add 3 months onto it. But I think that, you'll have order ahead features, discover restaurants in the local area, a little bit more brand of a mobile experience for your consumers. But most importantly, I love the kitchen display, the KDS screen. You guys are probably used to this with other mobile point of sale solutions. It's just nice to know that this is here. So if you do go into a QSR restaurant, if you've gotten comfortable selling the terminal merchants and you are going upstream, to have the KDS features are going to be super important, and definitely something that's going to be really nice on your belt. I've been asked about this and I've been asked for this. So here's kind of a view of what it would look like from the KDS screen of actually tracking the inventory and what's, obviously tracking the orders, on what's hot. They typically will go to yellow. If you ever worked on the line in a kitchen, and you can see that it's obviously warming up because it's been up there too long, and then obviously hits red when it's crucial on your Labor Day weekend when you're making a million sandwiches behind the counter. Cash and tips. This will be a little bit more, intuitive on basically opening and closing balances, managing deposits and withdrawals, and obviously with the cash and tip related, a little better reporting for your merchant. And obviously this is probably more relevant again in a QSR setting. The fast casual restaurants that do have a lot of tips, that do have a lot of cash coming in along with credit card transactions, just something to help you monitor that a little bit better. Inventory is obviously a huge need for retail. I wouldn't go and sell this to the high-end retail places right off the bat. It's just a nice feature to have for actually tracking inventory for your merchants. And so here's another screenshot of what that looks like, actually showing you when inventory is running low. And again, these aren't enterprise features, but these are features definitely, that are available to, I'd say, small businesses that, want to do a little bit more inventory tracking off the register application. The last one I'm going to talk about today of a new application that's available in the Boomtown Point market is Devo Sales Tax. These guys are actually pretty heavy on Clover, and they did it really well. A lot of groups really do like working with Devo Technologies. They are a good group of people. They definitely have that charisma that they care for the merchant, and they built a product that actually really does help the merchant. I think in any restaurant setting, or if you ever owned a local business, I think sales tax is one of the things that kind of catches up on you. And if you're not good with your accounting, or you really don't know how to really handle that sales tax, this group is going to do it for you, and they're going to help you do it. And so it might seem like a lot, but if the $39.99, again, just talking with anyone who's been through that scenario, it's not too much for them. They know how chaotic it can be and how detrimental it can be to their business and their everyday. 0.5 pilot is still going on. So with the 0.5 pilot, you see that handheld device, really a pretty device. It's kind of like an iPhone. It's about the size of an iPhone 6, but you can use the EMV MagStrip card reader. You can throw it in there. The software is exactly the same. It reflects just like on the terminal onto the 0.5. Does have the camera. It doesn't have obviously a printer on it, but it is a great handheld solution, SIM card that you can use off 3G. And eThor is piloting 0.5 with the Micros Aloha Dinnerware integration separately. So just let me know if you have any questions. You can reach out to me, and I will direct you to the right contact, I should say, for the 0.5 pilot. And just so you guys know, I'm going to be giving again, I just like to remind everybody, I'll be sending this deck over to everyone on this call at the end of today. And then I will also, if you ever need introductions to the third-party applications, please let me know. I can give you introductions to their sales team. Again, Boomtown will not work with a third-party application unless we have a contact. If we have a sales contact and a support contact, we're not going to be, we just don't want to flood the market with applications by developers that aren't taking responsibility for, their software and their features. We want to make sure that we have a tight-knit market and that your merchants are obviously receiving a good, I'd say, an overall, good experience with Point. So this space right here, this is, typically what I would look like after selling to merchants for a full day. Come home, and honestly, it can kill you, but it's definitely rewarding when you make it work. And it's exciting when you have new solutions like Point, right? But so here's some new features that are actually coming down the road with Point, and this is I like the first one up here in the top left because I like any feature that opens up a whole new book of business for me. And now the Point terminal you'll be able to toggle between Spanish and Mandarin and English. So now you have a whole market of Spanish-speaking merchants or Mandarin merchants that maybe you were intimidated to approach because you knew that the Point terminal was just English speaking, and that is now available. So that's going to be available, I think, this month. The 30-foot paper rolls, I've had a lot of feedback that the 16-foot were not reliable. They really needed something a little bit more efficient for the for the merchant because, you know, it came with, I think it comes with 3 rolls in each terminal box. And now you have 30 feet, which should hopefully just at least last them a little longer. Obviously double the amount. Manual entry shortcut, and then the register app order receipts. I'm going to talk a little bit more about these on the next slide because I actually have examples of them. But what's really exciting about the order receipt is that, you know, here in California, when you go to In-N-Out, you order, you know, you make your order, they give you a receipt, and they give you an order receipt. This is obviously going to be pretty important for, you know, different types of groups that need ordered receipts. I even had an automotive company that was using Point ask kind of if they could have an order receipt that they actually attach their invoicing. So there's a lot of different cases where people need order receipts. And I'll show you right here how we're going to display that. Before I go into that, there's going to be new native app icons, just something that's a little bit more sophisticated for the merchant and makes a little bit more sense on what the actual application does. So there will be kind of a, you know, with any technology and any software, as it grows, you will see different updates like this that will obviously, hopefully, enhance the merchant experience. So let me see if I can get a zoom in here. But as you can see, you're going to have even the application icons, everything's going to be in Spanish, and you can have the Mandarin setting for your merchant, which is obviously really, really great for some of our partners who actually just sell to Spanish-speaking and Mandarin type merchants. Let me zoom out here. So here's what it looks like now when you actually have a print and order and receipt on the register. You have the ability to apply whether it's an order receipt, item receipt, customer receipt, payment receipt, and then you can toggle it on or off right here in the printer preferences. So then this is going to be super important, definitely for the QSR, definitely for the for any of the merchants that are, you know, again, associating order numbers to each of their receipts. And then the manual entry shortcut. So whenever you make a sale on the cash register or the terminal, application or the register application, you have to go to the top right and click down, and it gives you all the different options. Right now, you're going to have manual entry right there on the screen, so you don't have to go search for it. Your staff member, it's really easy for them to just, you know, just take a phone order and do the manual entry right there on the screen without, again, having to go search for it in the top right. So if anything, you know, these are the kind of features that just obviously accommodate in helping your merchant, you know, get situated pretty quickly and not have to go and find everything through the software. It's the little things that are really going to help, obviously, in helping you close these sales and helping you, you know, do your demos on your own with the merchants as well. All right, let's back up here. So we're actually doing the Boomtown training at a discounted price now, which is nice because, you know, we needed time to look at the data and see what we could accommodate for our partners. So we've actually dropped that price. If you want information on that, send me an email. I will give you information on that. I just can't send out that information yet over this call just because of the different partnerships that we have. But we are reducing the price of the 60-minute in-depth software training that we do for merchants. It is a branded experience. We call from your organization. You know, this is, you know, we don't say this is Joey from Boomtown. We say it's Joey from, again, the ISO or the payment organization. And then we schedule the training with them. We even have a scheduler that we can build up where they can schedule the training, and then we charge you for the activation training after, obviously, it's only when it's complete. So let's go into a little bit more of what that looks like. So I will send over this deck to everybody at the end, but it's really just nice for you to see right here, you know, the different pieces that we go over. One thing I want to call out is Point.net and Point HQ. Those are, you know, very much their own software. So during the in-depth software training, we're going to go through the terminal, the generic software. We're going to give overviews of some of the third-party apps, of, you know, really what they are and how they work, or how to get into the app, you know, the third-party apps application. But for Point.net, Point HQ, we'll just give them an overview of what it is. You know, this is where you get your sales reports. This is where you can, you know, manage your business. This is how you can manage your business. But we won't do a deep dive on either of those in the software training. So just try to call that out and be pretty clear on that. We do provide documentation after the training. So what we'll do is we'll send documentation with, you know, different run-throughs on how to use the Point HQ application and the Point.net. Because obviously it's very important for the business. But in the time associated with the training, we're just going to go through the generic software of the Point terminal. All right, so I know you're all salespeople, so I like to keep things quick. I know in the East Coast too, you're hitting the end of your day. But I would love to open this up for questions right now. And so I have a few questions that just came through. So I do have, yes, I do have one-pagers for all the applications. We're actually going to build an extension to our Point reseller page. And what you'll do is you can go in there. You can, the way I'm going to probably set it up is that you can get the information, you get the one-pager, and then you can actually reach out to the partner through our website. And so then we'll have it connected to each of their emails and or their sales contacts. And then that way you guys can reach out to each of the partners whenever you need to, and I can keep referring you to that link. And as new applications come up on the monthly newsletter, we will inform you on those new applications, but we will also make sure that you have the ability to reach out anytime you want, especially your sales reps who have more, I'd say, more urgent sales or sales that are more crucial and time sensitive, to go in there and have these applications work with you. Just working with these guys, Homebase, working with, like I said, Davo Technologies, working with eThor, they really are motivated in making it work for your merchant. They'll help you with the sale. So definitely reach out with third-party questions. Send me your emails. Very happy to do everything I can to help out in that regard. So keep sending the questions through. I'm going to stay on here for a little bit longer. Okay, so one thing that I've been asked, I'm going to go to point about this, is a video presentation or kind of like an offline demo that you can, software demo that you can give to the merchants. This isn't available yet. I do have a line of videos, of how-to videos that the merchant might enjoy if they're still in the kind of the prospect stage. But I do like the idea. I used to have it when I was selling mobile point of sale solution. You kind of have the offline demo mode that you can just show on your computer on an iPad that shows the merchant in person what it is without actually having a terminal. I understand that a lot of you sales reps might not be able to have a terminal all the time with you, or not. It is costly to obviously buy these terminals for yourself and walk around with them. But I do like the idea. So I'm gonna work on whether or not I can do it with Point or do it on my own, kind of work on an offline demo mode or some type of video that's a little bit more transparent on how the features work within the Point software. So I will get back to you on that. That was a good question. Is there any plan to update the number of SKUs? So this is pretty interesting. We found that in the number of SKUs, which is nice, is that you can go up to 28. You have 28 items, which can be 28 different categories, and with each category, you can just keep adding additional categories, which I've seen people get up to, in the thousands of items. I don't have a number. I have 550 SKUs is what I've seen as the max for actual SKUs, but I have not seen an increase in that. I imagine the Point as a software company won't be focusing on actually building more SKUs. I think what they're going to do is empower one of their software providers or third parties to build a better and more sufficient inventory application that can handle those amount of items. That's what I see probably in the forthcoming, without, again, without being in the generic software. And just a nice note for you guys, eHopper, which is a POS software, an additional POS kind of register application on the Point device. They're doing some videos and they're building some videos as well. So I'll be helping them distribute that when those are available. Those will be some how-to videos, obviously related to eHopper. And they'll be another application, if you don't know about them, that I'll be featuring on the website. And I'll probably be having them join on one of the seminars here soon as a guest, so they can speak a little bit more in depth on what those features look like. But it looks like the eHopper does have 40,000 SKUs. So there's a good answer for you. The eHopper is a you can repeat the number of categories, folders, and SKUs. But the thing about eHopper, which is also nice, is that they kind of have their own design. It makes it a little bit more POS featurist, I should say, and it's good for a lot of different businesses. And so, yes, I've been in a situation where I've sold to local businesses, being the liquor stores or the corner stores, and they always have thousands and thousands of items, and they want all of them barcode scanned. So, I would say look for eHopper first. If that's probably that's the best solution right now for making sure that you have software that's compatible for them. And typically, those businesses are willing to make those investments if they want to track that much inventory. All right. And I got another question. What is eHopper? So we can actually, let me see if I can probably get one of them on here right now. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see, I have a few members from their team. I'm going to see if they can just chat me what phone number they're on, and I'll see if I can unmute them. Give me 1 second. Loretta, I'm going to chat you right now. Give me 1 second. Phone number are you on? All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to have Loretta kind of jump in here. We can do, so you can pass her the role. I'm just going to see what phone number she's at so I can unmute her. And Lorena, I'm unmuting your web. If you can talk, I want to see if we can hear you.
Hi, this is Lorena.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you, Joey?
Good. Yeah. Do you mind giving us a kind of brief introduction of what eHopper is for some of our some of the salespeople here?
Sure. So eHopper is a POS system that is available through the Point device, through their Point App Store. So basically, we service quick service restaurants, vape shops, bakeries, retail, basically all small businesses. Our kind of motto is easy to use, um, cash flow management, anything that has to be has to do with reporting. So we're just kind of one of those go-to apps on the Point device. We're actually a preferred partner to really facilitate the amount of SKUs that someone needs, where it's not a really small business, but basically we offer hands-on customer support. So we're kind of that go-to POS system that supports the Point device. Happy to partner with you, Joey, in the future to go over a more high-level product overview.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna put your email on here too. Which is really good for the salespeople. I think that what eHopper's done well is if you guys need an introduction or you guys need a demo of their product, they're very happy to help out there and kind of give you an overview of how it's been working in the market for how it's been working in the market today. If you can see your screen right now, I'm putting Lorena's email right at the top there. So feel free to give her a shout out, and we can definitely get those introductions happening and make sure that you guys get a full demo of eHopper. I know that we actually set up a few eHopper last week. We've seen great results with the merchants. We've seen great results with how it works on the Point terminal. It's definitely going to be kind of a game changer again for when you're moving upstream to merchants who need a little bit more MPOS and POS type features. I got a question for you, Lorena. Is eHopper multi-language capable as well, or is it just English today?
No, it's multi-language. We actually service about 10 to 12 languages at the moment.
Okay, great. Can you give us some of the probably most common languages that you're servicing?
Spanish, French, Chinese, obviously English, Russian, and those are the top 5 that that are the most popular right now. But I'm happy to find out with my product team. Yeah.
Awesome. That is great. And I know that one thing I love about eHopper is it looks nice on the terminal as well. The POS feature. I think that it's nice to see how it looks. So I'm kind of bringing everybody to the website right now, and just so you can see that they have different kind of features and different graphics for the items. So great opportunity for you to upsell to larger merchants using the eHopper solution. And of course, those, like I said, those sales reps who are comfortable with selling beyond the terminal and have gotten comfortable with selling to terminals, this is your next step. Go close those merchants that are going to have a lot better and bigger processing accounts, and you're only going to close those larger processing deals, obviously, with these types of features. So exciting to bring eHopper on, and exciting to work with them.
And just one more
Any other questions?
Joey. Just one more point, Joey. Sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
Just so we're one of the most affordable POS systems out there, and that's kind of what differentiates us from our competitors.
Absolutely. Can you just say that one more time? You just got a little choppy. Just want to make sure everybody heard it.
Sure. I just want to say that one of our key differentiators is that we are one of the most affordable, easy-to-use POS systems out there right now. So that's why kind of, when anybody that's using a Point terminal that needs that kind of expanded SKU system, that's why we're kind of the go-to POS in this area.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, thank you very much for that. That is good. Everyone loves affordable and easy to use. So Lorena, I'll be making sure to pass those introductions over to you, and we'll make sure to get those sales reps, in your hands. Again, for those who haven't given me your email, please do send it over. You can chat to me. You can email me, joey@goboomtown.com. If you need introductions to the applications, very happy to make those as soon as possible. Any other questions while we're on here today? We just kind of hit the 30-minute mark exactly. Pizza, how does it compare to Shopify? We'll do a, I just got your email. We'll make sure to get you that information from Lorena, and they can do the comparison with other POS. I will be sending this deck out. I just got a question. I will be sending the deck out that I went over, and I'll be sending out the third-party app one pages that I have available today. Again, you know, we're going to be referring people through the monthly newsletter to our website for that going forward, just so you have the contact information, you have all the information that you need to basically get in touch with those guys and get moving. And then if you guys need anything on, you know, that's obviously, you know, time sensitive, just shoot me an email. I'm very happy to get you whatever you need. I'm probably going to send out the additional information and the follow-up information later this evening. All right, any other questions? I don't see anything else coming in right now. All right, looks like we're good to go. Well, thank you guys so much. Happy we can keep it at 30 minutes. You know, happy selling, and then obviously let us know how we can help out. All right, bye-bye.